Hello, this is Deborah Yao with Black Education TV. Now, as you all know, family, a lot of stuff is going on in this world right now. Thank you so very much to Sister Yadina for sending out the alert messages that you send out. They are very, very interesting, and I thank you for helping to keep us informed, and many others who send out messages and videos for others to consider. Thank you so very much. When we look at the things that are happening around our world today, I can say that La La Land is officially closed. It's officially closed. Now, the stories that we've been seeing, we are seeing that the wildfires are just going out of control. There was an article that was talking about Northern Africa is getting so hot in a lot of these Arab lands that it may be uninhabitable at some point. Unlivable. That's what the article stated. Now that is hot. That is hot. But this is what they are talking about. The California fires. The dust storm. The dust storm, they're saying, is headed towards the U.S. As a matter of fact, they said it's already hit the U.S. These stories come in so fast that you just got to shake your head, because mainstream media is not talking about these things in the way that they should. Not talking about it the way that they should. Now, the article that's talking about the Northern African region, it says that searing heat could make countries in North Africa and along the Persian Gulf unlivable. Did you all hear what I said, family? They said that the heat feels relentless. Temperatures in August hitting higher than they've ever hit before. They've had record heat in many regions around the world. Do you all see what is happening? Bible prophecy right before our eyes. This is why I said that La La Land is officially over. And as I listened to some of the news reports on the California fires, they said that this is the longest drought they have ever seen. The longest drought they have ever seen. So much is happening. Even with them being very close to the water, the firefighters, they were kind of a little frustrated with number 45 as he talked about the problem with the fires in California. He's completely clueless. And so they're saying, no, we have plenty of water. It's not that the land is just so dry from years of drought. And so it's making it more difficult to put the fires out, you see? And so it's just really one of those things where you got to close down La La Land and shake people and say, look, something is happening. A lot of things are happening. You've got to redirect your focus. Now, this is not for people to be afraid. Now, we did have a few people say that we are fear-mongering. No, that is not what we're doing, family. Just like Sister Yadina says in most of her messages, she says, stay alert, family. That's all it simply means, is to just stay alert. We're not telling you to shut down your life. We know that there are things you have to do. You have to go to work. If you want to go to the park with the children, fine, so be it. You see, you want to go hang out with your family sometimes. No one is saying not to live life. Even the scripture says that we are to occupy until he comes. We live our lives, but we stay alert. We want to be aware of what's happening, and we want to make the proper preparations. Too many people do hang out in La La Land to where when you say something to them about this that's happening or that's happening, either they don't know about it or they simply don't care. When you try to explain certain things, everyone says, oh, that's happening over there. As long as it's not in my neighborhood, I'm all right. That's the attitude that a lot of people take. And keep in mind, when we talk about these things, we are fully aware that any neighborhood, any community can be affected by any type of disaster. This is why we are so thankful for the mercy of the Most High Yah. We are so thankful for his mercy, because things are happening all over the world, all over this planet. There are different things taking place, things that send people into devastation. You see, disasters, diseases, all kinds of things are happening. And so we have definitely got to stay alert. We've got to stay in tune with what is happening. We've got to turn in or tear up our tickets to La La Land. Don't visit there anymore. There is no more time. No more time. No more time for fun and games or La La Land. I better correct that real quick. When I say no more time for fun and games, I mean you don't have enough. There's no more time to only concern yourself with fun and games while ignoring reality. So like I said earlier, if you want to go to the park today because it's nice outside, so be it. But while you're at the park, keep in mind that there are real life things happening in this world that could affect any one of us at any time. We know scripture talks about a great earthquake that is going to shake the whole planet. So there's not going to be any fleeing to this area or that area. It's going to be one of those brace yourself situations for everybody. Can you imagine the whole earth shaking? No, I can't even imagine that. I've never even been in an earthquake. Now, I've been in areas where they say, oh, did you feel that little tremor? Oh, yeah, that little tremor is a tremor. An earthquake is an earthquake, you see. And so it is by the mercy of Abba Yah that we are not all consumed. So we have got to stay alert, pay attention to these things, understand what is taking place. Prophecy is being fulfilled. There are worldwide devastations happening as we speak. The dust storms that have hit the U.S., they said that this dust has traveled all the way from sub-Saharan Africa. Can you believe it? So the sands have crossed the waters and are making their way to America. That in and of itself tells you how dry and how hot it has been. That the droughts have reached record highs in many places. I think they said in Japan it's the hottest it's ever been on record. So when you see these things unfolding, know that the end is nigh. Not trying to cause you to fear. When I say the end, I mean the devastations that the scripture talk about. The scripture does tell you that Esau is the end of the world, but Jacob is the beginning of that which follows. So at the end of this is going to be a rebirth, I guess, a new life or new living on the planet. You see, so we've got to get ourselves ready for these things. Mentally and spiritually more so than anything, because if you are not mentally ready for some of the things that you're going to see, the scripture says that men's hearts are going to fail them for fear of what they are seeing, witnessing, and going through. Very frightening indeed. Very frightening indeed. But this is what the scripture talks about. For those of you who don't believe, maybe you want to rethink that. Read some of the prophecies that talk about the devastations that are going to take place. There is a worldwide devastation taking place. Worldwide disasters. Things that should not be ignored. We have no more time to ignore these things. To ignore means to be ignorant. Ignorant. That means someone has presented something to you and you choose to be ignorant, or you choose to ignore facts. You choose to ignore what is right before your eyes, or you continue on your visit to La La Land or whatever, you see. And so hopefully some of these stories that we share with you, hopefully you will check into them and let that reality kind of kick you in your rear, cause you to wake up and do the best that you can to make preparations for you and your family. I know for some it's very frustrating. There are things that do require money. This is why we say we have to have faith in Abba Yah. We definitely do. We have to pray and seek Him for the things that we need. Some of you don't even like to hear that, you see. But when I say that, I don't mean sit back and twiddle your thumbs and just wait. I mean, faith without works is dead, meaning you have got to put forth an effort to do the things that you need to do for your family. Putting forth an effort. But having faith that the Most High will provide as you make your efforts to provide for yourself. That He will open doors. That He will make things available because you are seeking. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be open unto you. Okay, family, and once again, thank you to Sister Yadina and the many others who share stories with us. And with that, I will say, Shalom.